Hello Gran Turismo fans, GT18 here. Today, we're gonna be racing in Brazil!
This is Brazil!
Wait. I know I said Brazil, but specifically, we're going to Autódromo José Carlos Paz, also known as Interlagos, where the famous Ayrton Senna race, and also the likes of Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, which made the greatest comebacks ever.
A better one for Max Verstappen, who finds himself taking the lead.
We weren't racing F1 cars. I was on the GT3 Ferrari. But before we start this race, we have to go one race early to see what was at stake. As you can see, my driving rating was still B, and because of the Nürburgring races, I was dropping down really bad, which meant if I messed up in this race, I was gonna drop down to a C driver rating, and I didn't want that. So we started with the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 in this race. And usually you will see me in the bottom left driving, but I forgot to record. So here are the details about the race. Very simple, 15 laps around the track and just one simple route. Mandatory pit stops was just one. Starting in pole position, it just added more pressure on me. And as we start the race, we think that everything should go as planned, but it didn't happen. I was able to keep the lead for 6 laps until the Lamborghini by my side ended up taking that position. And in the meantime, I ended up just going a little bit wide in this corner, which you already know, track limits equals a time penalty. Later on the race, after my pit stop, I ended up dropping to 13th place and I made a big mistake.
I am stupid.
And it just kept getting worse after that. You know how bad it has to be for me to start in pole and finish last? It was just a horrible race. And as you can see, my driving rating really dropped, and well, it was a race to forget because I did not want to carry that. And now back to where we started. Now was the driver C rating. And well, I was now driving the Ferrari, so this time I was again on pole position. Could we convert this pole into a win? It was my second race of the day, so it just had to happen. So heading to turn 1, pretty nice, pretty neat. We were doing pretty good now. The Porsche right behind me was gonna keep pressure on me. Heading into turn 1, look around 08 was gonna take the inside line. As I prepared myself for a little switchback, it was one of the good moves I made in this race. Then the Brazilian ends up going wide into this turn, and we got first place back. So far so good. We were still in first place and I just needed to keep up the pace. And behind me, the Brazilian ended up getting a time penalty, which made me a little bit more calm, saying that okay, we're good, we just gotta keep going. Now on lap 7, I decided to do my pit stop, but I made a very horrible mistake. Crossing the pit lane entry. Now, while I didn't know about it because I was just focused on making the pit stop, I was just calm about it, and then literally my reaction to seeing a 3-second penalty was the same one as Elmo's face. Unbelievable. We were doing a very good race and now we just had to sit around for 3 seconds. If half a second or 1 second felt like an eternity, I cannot imagine what 3 seconds was like. And now after our pit stop, we were down to P6. In front of us, the Ferrari, and was gonna end up having a little moment. And that was gonna be an easy overtake for us. But we just needed to keep our head down and just try to do our best to keep up and try to catch up to the leader. can see on the top left, Look Around 08 was gonna make his pit stop. But us, we were just gonna serve our time penalty. And before we try to make a comeback, we're gonna sit around for 3 seconds. Let's go. Now the new leader, Ricardo, was gonna go for an extra lap as also face racer. So we needed to make this lap count. If not, I was just gonna get overcut by them, which was not gonna be good for us. And in front of us, as you can see, Look Around was just ahead. And we needed just to drive fast. Now on lap 10, the leader and face racer were gonna make their pit stop. I was just close enough to overtaking them on the pit lane. But it wasn't good enough to overtake Ricardo, as he ended up taking second place, and now I was from first place to third place on lap 11. And I didn't want to finish in third place, so this was gonna go to the last lap. I was running out of time. I needed to make a move so I could claim second place at least. I went for the gap, and as soon as I take second place, I end up just losing the rear, but I ended up catching it back. Second place was now in our hands, but the pressure was still on from Ricardo. On the last corner of this lap, he was still behind me. The long slipstream was going to be his friend. But it wasn't enough. We were second place in this race. It felt better, but it was just not what I needed. By starting from pole position, of course you want to win from pole position. So, second place was just not good enough. In our third race of the day, I was once again in pole position. And as you can see on the bottom left, I was finally back. I just forgot to turn on my mic, so if you see me talking and you don't hear nothing, it's not you, it was my mistake.
We are racing, and the run down to turn one begins.
So here we go once again, pole position. Can we win this time? Behind me, the Ferrari was going to be on my tail. And with 15 other drivers, it was not going to be easy. But this was the third time charm. So can we turn this pole into a win? That was the real question. As we were about to finish lap 1, we were already 1 second ahead of the Ferrari, and it felt pretty good. Now we just needed to keep on going, have this pace, control the race, make no mistakes, make sure we don't have track limits, and just make sure we don't cut the pit lane entry. On lap 8, we were gonna make our pit stop. We were now 2 seconds ahead of the car in second place. And as we go into the pit lane, we're gonna put our crew to work. But you don't have to change the tires, you just have to make the pit stop. And as we come out into the race again, we ended up dropping all the way to P4. And as you can see, somebody was on the intermediate tires, which was pretty weird. Now back to our race, we needed to make sure we keep this gap, because right now the cars in front of us were doing an extra lap, and we just needed to keep this so we can make the undercut happen. I'm about to finish lap 9. They ended up going to the pits, 2 of them at least. Cass was going to make an extra lap. We were now in second place. On lap 11, Cass went into the pits. We were now going to overtake him, and we were going to be first place. The overcut was complete. But now we had a problem. Our tires were degrading really fast, and I was really getting a little bit worried because I started to slow down. I did not want to push hard and have an incident or spin around, but that was going to cost me. The gap that was 4 seconds was now 1. But on this race, we were gonna turn this pole into a win.
Finally! Yes! 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 Yes!
Curse? What curse?
P1, baby. And with this win, I was able to go from the C rating driver back to the B rating driver. And this time, pole into a win. Mission accomplished. Thank you, Gran Turismo fans and racing fans out there if you stay till the end. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy making them. And well, I'll be seeing y'all next time. Stay safe and keep on racing. GTA team out.